I'm going to be doing a video on the cover protective individual. I have two examples here to show you. Pretty much I'm going to be going over the history, and I'll also be showing a demonstration of how they were supposed to be used. And I'll also show you how to store them in a couple carriers that I have, such as the M4A1 carrier and the M6 carrier. Now, a little bit of the history. These started being issued around 1942 with the M2A2 service mask, or any service masks that were being used at that time. But of course, with the introduction of the lightweight service mask, you started seeing them with the lightweight kit around late 42 and 1943, and then so on. This set I have right here is two early contract ones. These are actually very hard to find because of they are packaged in a cellophane plastic, which is very brittle. As you can see, this one's already starting to degrade. Not as bad as this one though, but I was just really lucky to get one of these as well as another one, just to have an example to show off an early kit. So these early contract ones you'll see in 1942 to mid 1943, and they were soon replaced by these. Now there's also a version of these meant for cold weather, and they're made of a slightly different material, I think, but I don't have an example of one. So yes, early contract ones will be used with the M2A2 service mask, and then until mid 1943 they were being used with the lightweight service mask, pretty much. And then you got the later ones, which you can see is made of a more durable. The packaging is made of a more durable material. This is a tin foil covered in cloth. You see a bunch of these, so they're not uncommon whatsoever. However, I don't recommend going around and opening these because it'll eventually get to a point where there's not going to be any sealed up ones left. I'd say only open one unless it's like really fucked up or whatever. And this one is, but I'm not going to open it because I already have an open example. But especially these, don't open these because these are really hard to find. I can't stress that enough. And I'm really glad I have two examples of that. So more details, I guess. You see the instructions here. It's very straightforward. You just pull this tab and you open it, obviously. And then the cover itself pretty much comes out and folds into a big trash bag like thing with a clear top, and then the rest is like a sort of a vinyl material, I guess, or an oil cloth. But yeah, also fun fact, they're held together by Scotch tape, which is pretty cool. I believe it's Scotch tape. I could be wrong. No, it is. I'm pretty sure it is. So two of these would be issued per kit. You'd have one of them opened, and then you'd have another one sealed. And I'll go over later of where they're supposed to go. And now I'm going to have a demonstration of actually how to use these things. So here's a demonstration of me actually using the cover. You can see me taking it out of the bag or the M4 carrier, and I'm going to unfold it. And there's two red tabs you got to grab, and then you flick it off to the side and then kind of swoop it down like a trash bag and fill it with air. That makes it easier to actually put it on all in one motion. And then you see me kneel down, and then I start to adjust my mask. Now, basically, this would prevent any sort of blister agents or vesicants from getting on your skin. You were supposed to throw this on as aircraft were coming in spraying vesicants, but if you couldn't get it on in time, then you would just use the ointment kit if you got blister agents on your skin and didn't bother with the cover. If you got it in your eyes, of course you'd use the BAL ointment that would have been included in your decon kit. But you see me here actually donning the mask, and then I'm going to put my helmet on pretty soon. And when taking this off, you've got to be sure not to touch the outside so you don't get any blister agents on your hands. And your back's supposed to be towards the wind, but it's kind of hard to tell when you're inside the bag, so I did it the wrong way. But I still managed to get it off correctly, like so. And yeah, that's it. It's supposed to go in the two different carriers that I have here. I'll just move these out of the way. I'm not going to use these because they're very fragile. And the last thing I want to do is fuck up the packaging, because I was looking for these for a long while, and then they finally popped up on eBay. But so here's the M4 carrier. Pretty much, you would have your opened one. Let's say this one's opened, and then you would have the opening. Let me get it in a better position. So pretend this is the inside of the carrier. The opened one would go right here, on the this side of the mask. So let's say you have the mask, and then this would go over that. And then the sealed one would go towards the back of the carrier and actually be resting right here. And then of course with the earlier kits, you would have your ointment kit taped to the filter. Yes, that's right, I said taped to the filter, which I'll get into in another video. And then of course, whenever you start seeing eye shields being issued, they would be stored on the side of this cover protective individual with the service mask. Carrier is very straightforward because it has pockets already made for it, which is why it is clearly the better carrier. And that's directed at someone. I'm sure he'll watch it later. But so you have 3 pockets, obviously. I've been over this many times. The sealed chemical protective cover, the one you did not open, goes in this pocket. And then the middle pocket is where you would put the open chemical protective cover. And then of course the ointment would go here. Now for this particular carrier, it's the earlier pattern carrier. So it has a smaller pocket for the ointment kit, so it would have an M4 ointment kit, which I do have an example of, but I forgot to grab it. Which I guess I could do a video of an early lightweight kit, but I don't know. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I don't know when I'll be making another one. So yeah, see you soon.